Hi, I'm Isaac from Household 3D. Today I'm going to be going over a design tutorial on how I'm going to design and then print a part designed to hold drinking glasses. So to start with, let's talk about the problem statement. So often in the morning, I'll get the day started by making a smoothie. And I usually make enough to fill about 3 standard drinking glasses, like this. So I have enough drink to fill these 3 glasses, and I don't drink it in the kitchen. I take it to another room. So imagine I'm trying to take this, I might have other things I want to take, and I'm kind of impatient. I don't want to take 2 trips, 3 trips, whatever it might be. I'll usually try and just precariously hold them together like this, maybe use a free pinky to hold something else. I'm careful, I haven't dropped these yet, but one of these days I'm probably going to, and it's going to be a heck of a thing to clean up. So I want to fix that. So, in terms of inspiration, if you think about when you go to a restaurant, you order multiple drinks, you're maybe doing a family order, you have 4 drinks or something. They'll give you a little cardboard cup holder. You put the cups in and you take it and you're good. It's disposable though. I mean, I wouldn't want to use something like that because if you think about it, I mean, there's condensation. Those things are just going to degrade pretty fast. I want something long lasting, something that I can print once and just forget about it then and just use it and it just works. So, what I'm imagining is a device, a holder that's going to hold, let's say, at least 4 cups. My use case is only 3, but ideally, if I can hold more, that's even better. And I want to be able to hold it easily, ideally with one hand. So there should be some kind of handle, and that's basically all that we need to take into account for this design. So what I'm imagining probably starts to look kind of similar to those restaurant cup holders. So nobody's surprised. That is what I'm being inspired by right here. What I've got here is something that holds 4 cups. I'm going to say 4 is the minimum. My current use case is only 3, but that means I should future proof it to, I'd say, at least 4. If I can fit more, all the better, because I can definitely imagine situations where I might want to take more. Maybe I'm entertaining guests and I have a lot of cups to juggle. So 4 more would be better. From there, we've got this cylinder that comes out of the base, and that's going to be the base of the handle. And up here, that base is going to angle out into the actual handle that holds one hand. And again, that's the point of this, right? We want to hold all these cups with one hand, not 2, and we want to do it safely. So, in terms of measurements, and we are thinking about measurements of the items that we're trying to fit for because this is a functional print. We want to fit exactly what our use case is, maybe add a little bit of flexibility, but really dial in the part for our use case. So we're going to get exact measurements here. These cups are angled, and so they've got a base diameter of 58.8, and I also measured the diameter at the top, 91.57, and then I got the height of about 146.23, all in millimeters. The only reason why I got the top diameter is because I need to know what angle this cup comes out at. And the reason I need to know that angle is because I need to make sure that the cup holders are going to hold not only the base diameter, but also the angle at whatever depth I make the cup holders. So that's why I need both diameters. From this info, I can get that angle. Then we need to figure out how deep do we make these cup holders? I think, and this is just my intuition here, and we'll dial this in the CAD phase, and then just by experimenting with the final product, that we can make these 1/3 of the height deep. If it's too shallow, then we're just going to be able to easily knock the cups out. Defeats the purpose. We want this to be safe. So we've got to have it fairly high. If we make it really high, then either we prevent the cups from being loaded in, or we have to have this handle be really high, which could work, but my printer is only going to print up to 210 millimeters in height for a single part. So the height of the cup is already 146.23 millimeters. If I'm going to add a third height here, and I'm going to need at least this much clearance H to load the cup in, then we're already actually getting pretty close to that limit before the handle. So this might even be potentially too high. But I don't want it to be so high that I can't print it. So we'll dial this in the CAD phase, but there's got to be some depth here. Like I said, from the base of the holder section to the base of where the handle starts to angle out, we're going to add another height there because I want to be able to load these cups in and drop them in really easily. And then the handle angles out. It's 135 degrees off of the cylindrical part of the base. And it's 135 degrees because I'm imagining this to be printed with this as the z-axis. In other words, this is the print bed. We print here from bottom to top, layer by layer. If we do that, then by making that angle 135 degrees, then this handle's angle is 45 degrees from the print bed. And that is a good number to make sure that we don't need supports. I don't like supports personally because I find that they just require a lot of finishing work, post-processing to make the part look decent. And I just don't want to deal with that personally. So I'm going to avoid supports. From there, the last thing to consider is how wide to make the handle. I want to be able to, I could hold it this way, but maybe I want to hold it this way sometimes. If I want to hold it this way, then I need to be able to fit my hand around it pretty easily. So I need a reference object from around the house that I can use to gauge how wide is that comfortably. So I've got some items here. The first one was a wireless charging pad. And if I try and fit my hand around it, it's too big. And I could start with this and try and dial it in from there. That's a little bit of guesswork. I'd prefer not to do that. But thankfully, I also have this bottle of canned air, and my hand fits really easily over that. So this is going to be my reference diameter for the handle. And that comes out to be 66.85 millimeters. The last thing to think about is where are the weak points in this print? So if we're printing from bottom to top, all the layers are horizontal. If you have four fully loaded drinking cups in here, all of their weight of gravity is pulling down this way. And if we have, as is kind of pictured over here, this the handle base, as pictured right here, this is 90 degrees, a right angle. And you want to avoid right angles as much as possible because those are weak points. So what we can do is we can do a chamfer, which is going to turn this 90 degree angle into 45 degree angles. And that will help prevent that weak point. We can also do a fillet and just smooth it out entirely. We'll make that call in CAD. Up here would probably be the other weak point. And this is already not a right angle, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I think we've got our constraints, we've got our measurements in, we have our basic design. It's time to go to CAD.